everyone, how are you? Today's a little bit of a heavy subject. I'm not going to go into it too deep. I would like to do a live video on this and talk for a very long time about this because it's very important to talk about this. When the time is right, it will happen. For now, I just would like to give you something to kind of explore with yourself and ask the questions with yourself. And if you want to learn more about it, again, you can read my Sex Magic Evolution book and check out one of my programs. But I really would like to talk about possession through sex. This is the main reason I'm doing this work, okay? And there's so much to talk about. I will need hours, if not days, probably. Like, there's so much to talk about. We are living in a world right now that is absolutely possessed. And I know this is a big statement, and it's a very powerful statement, but it is true. The people who can see the different realms of what's happening around us through beyond the physical eyes will agree with me. This has been going on for a very long time, way before this virus situation. But now it is coming up to the surface for us to see. And I am kind of happy because we can finally have a conversation about it. Not with everyone. Most people are still very closed and scared and are still very much in the narrow point of view of the narrative story that is happening around us right now. But there is absolute possession of humanity right now, of human beings. And two things are going to shift that: the way we use sex and the way we eat. Mainly, we have to stop eating animals. I talk about this a lot. I will never stop talking about this because it is basic, it is vital, it is crucial that we change these two things, and we change it now because we honestly are running out of time. And obviously we don't have time per se, but we are running out of time. We are being absolutely taken over. Humanity, I'm talking about human beings, actual human beings, men and women. So it is up to us to take back our power, and with that comes responsibility. So we need to grow the fuck up, and I keep saying that also a lot. And hopefully understanding the way the shadow works, the way darkness works, the way demonic entities work will help you make a better decision in your life when it comes to sex and food and many other things. Okay, so I'm going to read a short sentence from Sex Magic Evolution. We'll continue. And again, it's going to be a short video. I am going to do a longer one soon when it's time. But yeah. So sex is a portal. Remember that. And I know that a lot of people say that, especially in the spiritual community, but they don't actually understand what those words mean. Sex is a portal. When you are uniting with another person in the sexual energy and sexual flow, you are opening a portal. What portal will you open, and who will you open this portal to? What energy will you open this portal to? To light, to love, to the Divine Mother, or to the most demonic, disgusting energies that want to suck away human life force? All right? So sex is a portal. Sex can give us a glimpse into the afterlife. It can be a method for traveling between dimensions, timelines, and different versions of yourself. It is a doorway to many different realms of existence. A doorway. The question is, how do we use this doorway? And also, who is opening the door? Is it even you? If you are not aware of what you are doing, the answer is probably no. You will understand more as we continue unfolding. So you have to understand that when you are having sex unconsciously, you don't have your power. Anything and everything can use you and enter through you into this dimension through the portal you're opening in a sexual exchange, in a sexual union. It is so important to understand this very basic, simple law, universal law, okay? Human law. So, dimension. So let's talk a little bit about other entities and dark entities. And again, I'm just touching. I can talk so much about this. So there are other entities, many other entities, in many different dimensions and energy fields, or whatever you want to call it, that exist parallel to this time and space. They exist parallel to us. They're low vibrational beings. They're high vibrational beings, of course, but we're talking about what we don't want to bring into this world now. So there are a lot of low vibrational entities who just are craving and waiting to enter this dimension. Now, I'm not going to say even our government, because our government is also a tool by higher forces. So these very dark entities who are controlling our world right now have been using sex. They have been using especially women and children, because they hold the highest frequency and they are the biggest portals of, the women are the biggest portals of sexual energy, and children hold the key to imagination. I talk about this in Symbols of Sex Magic. That's my second book. We have to understand symbolism in order to we have to understand basically these dark entities to know how to destroy what they're doing and create something better. So these dark entities who have been controlling our reality and our dimension and this narrative that we're playing at, they have been using women and children and sex in extremely baneful, dark ways for a very, very long time. And that's just one of the ways that they have been using and opening portals for those dark entities to come and enter this world. With the use of technology, of dark, very baneful magic, and sex, and obviously that involves blood rituals and all the nasty shit that no one wants to talk about. These entities, very, very low dark entities that they worship, these people worship them. They're here. They're here. I mean, you have no idea my whole life how many people I have seen possessed by demonic entities. And it is just getting worse and worse. It is getting worse and worse. Not to scare you, to wake you up, to take back your power, but it is getting really worse. All right. So, yeah. So again, these rituals are done in massive scale. Like, we're talking with these kids and children and women. And by the way, the word kid, I need to have a whole video of just about the word kid, because what is a kid? It is a baby animal that is meant for slaughter. And kid is basically is actually not the word to describe a child, but these bad people, I want to call them, not even call them anymore. They have been kind of like ingraining the word kid into our vocabulary for a very, very long time, so that we subconsciously kind of understand. Again, this is not conscious. This is all subconscious, not in our logical brain. Our logical brain doesn't get that. But so that we subconsciously see little children as little baby lambs to slaughter. All right. Something for you to research. I'm not even going to say it's the truth. Just research it by yourself. Research, learn. When you learn about magic, you learn about spells. You learn about the origins of words and how we use words and what those words actually mean. All right. The rabbit hole just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Let me just tell you that. That's why most people don't want to do it. They just don't care. They just want to live their life with a blindfold on. And now they also have this on. They also have the blindfold and they have this on. Very, very sad. All right. So I'm sorry. I am very passionate and emotional about this subject, as you can tell. So these rituals are done in very large scale, large scales. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. My English is not my first language, and you know that. So with children and women, with the use of technology, and if you don't believe me, research CERN, CERN, just research it, in mass public rituals. All right. So music shows, MTV shows, especially, you know, the really big music stars, and some of you know what I'm talking about. The halftime show of the, not the, that, you know, how do you call it? The word just escaped my brain. The halftime show of the biggest sports event of whatever. You know what I'm talking about, hopefully. I don't know how sometimes these really weird words just escape my brain. It's okay, because I'm in a few different dimensions at the same time and I want to say so many things, but I'm trying to like just say one. So anyway, these really mass rituals are done in front of our eyes. Why are they done in front of our eyes? It's because they are using our energy. You have to understand, dark entities, okay, very, very low dark entities, have no imagination on their own. Imagination equals the power to create and manifest reality. We cannot manifest anything without imagination. People think that the word imagination is something like very childlike and it's not real and it's all in. Imagination is the realest thing that there is, because these entities know that and they need our human power of imagination. That's why they use a lot of children in their rituals, because they hold the biggest power for imagination. They need our power. If we don't participate in their dark rituals, they will not have power. So when you put a mask on your face, you are participating in a dark magic ritual. When you're consuming a dead animal, you are participating in the most horrific dark magic ritual, which is a blood sacrifice. So you need to know these things and you need to make better decisions. We can do better. Just because our ancestors used to kill animals with love and light, and no, there's no killing with love and light. All right, they were just humans like you who lived in a different time, who did what they could do to survive that specific time. We are here as human beings to evolve, to become better, not to do what the past did, but to make it better. So let's do better, human beings, okay? So that's why, again, sex is being used in the media in in more and more sites. I don't know if you have noticed, but some people just don't notice anything. But those of you who notice, you see that sex is being used in weirder and weirder ways, you know, like the music videos and the Hollywood movies, and all these things are just more and more weird and more distorted. It's to really mess with our mind and to really destroy our connection to what sex really is, to what femininity and masculinity is, all right? It's all very symbolic and it's all very subconscious, and we really have to pay attention and open our eyes. A lot of things are a lot more sexual, but not just sexual, they're more distorted sexual. And again, it's to affect us, it's to reprogram us, and to really destroy our own view and our connection to our own sexuality. And in turn, we destroy our own connection to each other, to men and women, it's just, there's a whole war on our consciousness now, and a huge part of it is our sexuality. So I'm going to do a whole other video. If you have questions about this, please ask me. Usually it's better to ask me privately, because then I could either do a video on it or you can ask here in the comments. It's fine. A lot of people private message me because their questions, you know, because I do talk about things that most people don't want to talk about. So it's okay if you don't want people to see your comments and you just want to write me privately. I will eventually get to it. I want to do another video again on the Vatican and the papal bulls and the trusts. I'm not an expert in it, but it's just something that I know universal laws, and I know dark magic and the use of it. I don't know all the technical how do you say laws, like the actual human laws about it. I will post down below a couple of people that, if you are interested in learning about all these laws, you should definitely listen to them. They're doing amazing work on this planet, absolutely divine masculine, that are here to bring as a channel beautiful information, very clear information about these laws. and open our eyes. But I do want to talk about a little bit, just kind of like to touch, and maybe even if I don't answer all your questions here in this video because it's short, I want to leave you with questions. I want to leave you with the desire to ask questions, because that would make you go and ask the questions and the research and get your own power back. Okay? Because I'm not here to give you all the answers. I'm here to awaken something in you so that you will go and get all the answers, and you will explore, and you will begin to live and embody your full potential as a human being. All right? So I don't know if you know this, but the Vatican actually owns human souls. And that is, and again, I'm doing it very short right now. That is done by a birth certificate, which is in actuality a death certificate. Your birth certificate is a death certificate. And that just means that another entity, another something owns your soul. Like, pay attention to what I just said. Even if you don't believe me, listen to what I'm saying like a story. Let's just say I'm telling you a fantasy story right now, which is, I know it's hard to believe all this shit, but it's real. So they're using the skin of children who they have murdered in rituals. I'm sorry. I'm just very sensitive about this subject. They're using the skin of children to sign these papers, these contracts. And again, research about the word kid, because the word kid, just like I said, it shouldn't even be something we use to describe children. Okay? A kid for them is used as a sacrificial little baby animal that they use to sacrifice their blood to. And just research the crown of Baal. All right, research unum sanctum. That's something you really need to research. Unum sanctum. All right. I don't know if you'll get all the information on Google, but keep researching and you'll find it. Unum sanctum is basically a trust created a long time ago by it is created by the people in the Vatican Church, but it was created by much people who are way behind the scene that we don't even know about, and they created this contract a very long time ago that basically a trust that claims control over the whole planet and the souls of human beings. So this thing that's happening now with the jab and with the masks, it's a part of this huge plan. It's just a small part of their huge plan, which has already been happening for a very long time. And if you're not understanding the symbolism of just forcing you to to cover your face, which is a very ancient symbol of taking one's individuality and power, and it destroys connection. It destroys our ability to communicate with each other, because we communicate mostly not verbally. It traumatizes children. Traumatizes. Imagine children like growing up in a world where all the adults wearing masks. It's traumatizing. It's doing so many horrible things to us as humanity. It's destroying so much of our humanity. It has already created these groups of you're endangering us because you're not getting the jab, and you are getting the jab, so you are endangering us. It's just wow. And people who think of themselves as conscious and aware are just still in this game. And this whole situation has really put all the truth on the surface. You cannot escape the truth now. You see everyone around you. You see exactly who they are. If they're still in the matrix, so to speak, or if they're not, everything is out in the open now. Everything. So basically it is a form of ripping the souls of the lost and the damned, and on humanity. This thing is legal. All right. Again, research it. I'm not an expert. I'm not, I don't want to ruin this explanation because this is not my job. I'm not here to bring the legal stuff. I want you to research it by yourself. My job is to explain to you the energetic, the spiritual war, because again, I know about dark magic and entities and the spiritual side of it, and I'm going to put down below links to these guys you can listen to, and they will explain the legal, the more masculine side of things. I'm here to explain the more feminine, energetic side of things. All right. I'm just going to read you something quick here. Since 1933, when a child is born in a state, which is a state, under inferior Roman law, 3 trusts are created upon certain presumptions, specifically designed to deny the child forever any rights of real property, any rights of a free person. Person is a very important word to learn what it means. And any rights to be known as a man and woman rather than a creator or animal by claiming and possessing their soul or spirit. All right. So there's a whole thing. I'm going to read it a little bit more. The slave baby contract is then created by honoring the ancient tradition of either having the ink impression of the feet of the baby onto the live birth record, the birth certificate, the death certificate, or a drop of its blood, as well as tricking the parents to signing the baby away through the deceitful legal meanings on the live birth record. This live birth record, as a promissory note, is converted into a slave bond sold to private reserve bank of the estate and then conveyed into a second and separate trust per child owned by the bank. All right, this shit's real, people. This is real. I'm not making it up. All right. And there's just so much to talk about here. The way that a child is being born in a hospital too, it just destroys the entire spirit human mother connection, journey, I don't know how to call it, experience, and it destroys a lot in our humanity. There's so many things in this world, so many things that we take for granted that we do every day, and we think it's a normal part of our society, but that they're actually not natural and are destroying a lot in our humanity and our connection. So this is just something quick. Again, I'm going to do a live video maybe soon to talk more, but I would like for you to research it on your own first. If you haven't yet, I hope you already know about this stuff. People who watch me, this is very important. So coming back to the theme of the video, possession through sex. Possession can happen through sex mainly, but it happens through many other forms. That's why I am very against specific drugs, specific ego drugs, especially alcohol. I've seen them possessed, and I have seen the moment that they get possessed. This is real. I am not making it up. This is not like, I'm not doing this to get likes, because trust me, if I would have done what I do to get likes, I would have had a lot more likes by now. Okay? I really want you to wake up. I want you to take your power back. I don't want to live in this world anymore knowing where we're heading, because we're not heading towards something beautiful at this point. We can change it. The timelines are constantly changing and they're constantly opening, and we can always change it, but we need to change it now. You can't just sit there all day talking about love and consuming dead, tortured animals. And you can't sit all day talking about love and go fuck everyone you want and be completely irresponsible with your sexual energy. It's time to mature and grow up and take our power back and take our souls back. Take our bodies, our free rights as human beings back. All right, I love you so much. I know that you've seen me very emotional today, and I know I usually am not. I don't show you that side of me, but I am very emotional, and I'm very passionate about this. And I am not going to stop using my voice to awaken humanity. And I'm going to continue to do my own inner work. This is my promise to you and my promise to myself and the Divine Mother, that I'm going to do my own inner work forever, as long as I live in this body, and probably after that as well, because there's no really death. I don't believe in death. But I'm going to continue doing my work on my own inner shadows and light, so that I can be a pure channel and vessel of light and truth and power and magic, true light, love, magic into this world. And I want to see divine union and sacred union between men and women, because I know that this is going to change our world. This is going to change the reality we're living in forever. So sacred union will change the world, but we need to create a sacred union. We need to be a full, conscious, mature, pure vessels, men and women, pure vessels, before we come into this union. And this is why I teach what I teach. And this is why I'm not giving you the fluffy version of Tantra and like, oh, you do this. No, I'm giving you the truth. You cannot come into a sacred union with your body full of flesh and blood of animals. You just cannot create that with all the spells and beauty and candles and yoga poses in the world. And you can't come to a sacred union without knowing the truth about dark magic and how it works, and without knowing your own shadow and your own darkness and how it works on you. You need to know your subconscious mind as well as your conscious mind, how your own divine feminine and masculine works together, so that you can come together with another person and a partner, another human, in a divine sacred sexual union. Sex is not a game. It could be with the right partner after you've mastered your sexual energy. Yes, you have fun with it. But you need to get to that point. And that takes responsibility and courage and maturity and a lot of commitment. So I love you so much. I hope this helps. I am a priestess of the temple. I am a servant of the mother. And I pray and wish for the awakening of all men and women on planet Earth into their divine power. Thank you so much.